Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's Thursday, or we'll be here like right now, but not for very much longer. Don't forget you can find me on Untapped YouTube and Twitter, all at TubaJake_69, and on Instagram you can find me at TubaJake_. Don't forget to tell me your stories. I like to hear them, but mostly I'm gonna tell them. I will tell your stories as if they are mine, if you want to tell them to me, which would be great. I like hearing stories. I listen to my grandpa's stories all the time, or I did. Circular stories, they're amazing. The ones where you tell over and over again, but you get a little bit more every time. Or they lead to another story, and then you get a little bit more from that other story. So there's like 6 stories that you're telling all at once. Amazing stuff. Grandpa was great at the 6-story circular thing, where you'd come back to it in pieces. I only heard like 3 of them all the way through. My brother was like, yeah, it was crazy. It took 4 hours to hear all of those stories. But he's told them, and I've heard a few of them, which is great. But still. So tell me your stories, please. I like to hear them. Just like I like to see your comments. And I like it when you like the stuff that I do and you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at TubaJake_69 or TubaJake_, depending upon what it is. Anyway, what I've got for today is Old Nation Shandy. It's a German-style Pilsner with lemonade, which is what a Shandy is supposed to be, which is amazing. It's also a 4.8% beer, which means it's essentially a Budweiser that tastes like a Shandy. Hopefully that's great. We'll see. So I got my Old Nation glass, so hopefully that's the right thing to pour this into. I would assume so. This is the one they gave me when I was there. Let's see. I mean, it pours like a Pilsner. You got the nice head on it. It's nice and light. Yellow-ish. This ended up being more head than what this glass can hold. Surprise. It shouldn't be by much, though. I mean, it's a lager, so you shouldn't need to worry about, or I shouldn't need to worry about the sediment at the bottom, because it's not going to have any, because this is a bottom fermenting beer. So when you rack it, even if they racked it into the cans, it's not going to end up with stuff in here. As far as I know, I've never tried that with anything besides ales. As far as I know, that's how that works. It's going to be cleaner because it's a lager. I'd like to give you an opinion on that right now. It tastes like, I don't know. I'd like to say beer with lemon in it, but it doesn't taste like Sunset Wheat. Nope, it doesn't taste like Summer Shandy. That's 2 different Leinenkugel ones that generally taste like a Shandy. It tastes clean. Does that help? Shoot. I usually have a quote for you at the end of this, and I just looked down and realized that I don't have one up right now. I've got one for you, and I've shared it before, but it's one of my favorites, so I'll do that later. But yes, this tastes clean. Did anybody else have parents who used like lemon pledge, like you spray it all over your wood things and you wipe it down and then everything smells like sparkly and lemony? This is like 4 days later. That's what that smells like. Like 4 days later, you're like, oh, that sort of smells like lemon. that's how this tastes like lemon. I remember cleaning one time, and we had some weird old jelly beans left over, and I remember them tasting like Pledge. I was like, this is gross. They are waxy and lemony, and these taste like cleaning stuff. But not bad. Like, if I were to have these in December, I would get super excited for spring. That's what I remember those tasting like. I mean, there were butterscotch ones that taste like that too, but the lemon ones make a lot more sense. This is super easy drinking. It's amazing. But also, does it taste like anything specific? No. Just super easy drinking. It's not going to wow you with the hop selection. It's not going to wow you with, oh, there is so much malt in this. It shines right through. The yeast in this makes this exactly what it is. It's the shandy. The shandy makes this beer. The lemon flavor in this makes this what it is. It's delicious. But besides lemony, can I explain it? No. Would I like it to remind me of the Sunset Wheat? Yes, I would. That's a delicious beer, and I love that one. Would I like it to remind me of the Summer Shandy? Yes, I would. But it's not this beer. This beer, I mean, it's a porch sitter. Sit on your porch, mow the lawn, go to the beach, ride the waves. Great. That's what this is for. It's a good beer, but is it anything special? Do you like Old Nation? Then yes, it's special. Those people there are awesome. So I would say this is a good beer. And I would say that anyway, even if I didn't know them. It's a good beer. Super tasty. Easy drinking. I suggest it if you have not had it before. For sure. Does this remind me of a story? Does it? Okay, so I'd like to say that this one reminds me of going down to Old Nation. I did not have this one on Nation. I didn't have anything that tasted like this at Old Nation. What they had there when I was there was mostly hazy IPAs. And those are good. I had a dark one, a light one that was like a Firkin or something like that. They're good. They make good beers at Old Nation. They really do. On M43, they tend to make good beers. There are several places along there, in case you're wondering. This is not one that I've had there. This is one that I bought at my store in Alma. It's good. I like it. It's well. Drink it. But does this remind me of a story? Not of there. Although every time I think of Old Nation, I think of the awesome service that I got there. Amara was amazing. Told me all the things that I needed to know that day. I mean, it was the middle of March. It was the 16th, so, sort of the middle of March. Not like, oh, the Ides of March are upon us, but pretty close to that. But yeah, this tastes like summer. Drink this in the summertime. Do that. Would I like to say this that reminds me of a different drink that tastes like beer and lemons? I'd like to say that. This is way too light for that. This actually tastes like a good idea compared to a summer Hummer. Every time anyone would ever suggest, other than the summer Hummer party, let's have summer Hummer, I would say, that sounds terrible. Let's do that. Summer Hummers are delicious, just like this. Summer Hummers are alcoholic heavily. This one's not so much. This would be a way better choice than a Summer Hummer. Does it taste like a Summer Hummer? It's not as sweet, which is better, really. Because the Summer Hummer, the fact that it was sweet made it so that you could withstand the PBR and the Kamchatka vodka that went into it to make it what it was. Which, I'd like to say it's always a good idea. It's never a good idea, that Summer Hummer, but I always had really good times. So, was it a bad idea? I don't know. Made for good stories. Yeah. So there's a Summer Hummer. There's, what else? Okay, so when my brother was older, when I was younger, there's an age difference there. We used to get Sunset Wheat by Leinenkugel. Like, one of us would grab a 6-pack of that, and the other one would grab a 6-pack of Creamy Dark by Leinenkugel. Both very good beers. But if you drink them Creamy Dark and then Sunset Wheat, the Sunset Wheat tastes completely different than if you just drink the Sunset Wheat. If you drink them Sunset Wheat, then Creamy Dark, the Creamy Dark tastes completely different than if you just drink the Creamy Dark. They're an amazing pairing. But this reminds me of the Creamy Dark to the Sunset Wheat. When you do that, you get like a blueberry waffle, lemon zest kind of thing. And it's amazing. Amazing. When you drink them the other way, you get like a nutty brown flavor on the Creamy Dark. Also, amazing. One of the last times that I drank with my brother at my old apartment there on Isabella Road, we had that. One of us got one of the one and one of us got one of the other. It was a nice summer day. Kind of sat on the porch patio thing that we had out the back. It was great. Actually, I don't even know if we sat outside. I think we just had the window open in the front room, listening to the Tigers game. And it was a great day. A great day. It's a good apartment. Wish we would have had one with the fake fire in it, though. Because I know some of those had that, and I think they had that next door. And they almost got us kicked out for shooting off illegal fireworks. I mean, they were illegal fireworks, and it was at like 3 a.m. in the middle of the week. And I don't blame them for being mad. Good stuff. Okay, so the one that I've got there is from Tennessee Williams, but you guys have already heard that one for sure. The one that I've got is from somebody that most people have not heard of, and this advice is stupendous, amazing. I like this quote more than any of the other ones that I've heard in any of my college classes. This one is from Rennie Tatchell. He's a communication disorders professor that I had at Central, and he said, "The diaphragm is the major muscle of inspiration." Which, I mean, it is. Like, you breathe in with your diaphragm. Inspiration. But also, if you're breathing, then you're inspired. You do new things. As an English student, like the language, not like I am English. I'm not. But as somebody who is studying English literature and poetry, it was poetic when I heard it, and it's still my favorite thing that any of my professors have ever said. So yeah, the diaphragm is the major muscle of inspiration. So long as you're breathing, you can think of new things, and that's great. So don't forget, you can find me at Untapped, YouTube, and Twitter, all at TubaJake_69. Don't forget to tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you do too. We'll keep doing this so long as we can. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that other people get to see this stuff. I'll see you next time when you got time for a beer.